Let's go deep on why you are not making these beat sales you want. In this video, I want to show you why you're not making these sales you want and how to do something about that. The last one for me is one of the most important and possibly the reason why most people fail in the beat selling business. So okay, let's go for reason number one. Because you quit too easy and you are not consistent. Look, I don't like much when I see producers saying like you need to be consistent and all that, right? This is true by some extent, but consistency does not guarantee sales. You can be consistent going directly to a dead end, and you can actually be consistent uploading beats to beatstars and still not getting sales. So you need to be self-aware when you are walking to a dead end and when to quit, so you are avoiding wasting your time. But possibly you are thinking like, yeah, but all these great producers say that consistency is key. Okay, I agree with them. So they are consistent being them in their situation, in their life, which leads them to be successful. Right here, the key of everything actually is self-awareness. If you are asking yourself, okay, like how do I build this self-awareness you're talking about, right? Possibly you are thinking like, I've been trying to build this business for years and I have not been able to make a single sale, or actually I don't have success with this thing. One of the curious things about self-awareness is that it's painful.
No, God, please, no, no!
It hurts to recognize that we suck, right? And actually this is because this one little part of our brain called the amygdala is responsible for processing emotions, including fear and the avoidance of pain. This can actually sometimes lead us to avoid confronting our weaknesses or acknowledging the areas that like we suck. So to build this self-awareness is essential to push past this discomfort and objectively assess our skills, strengths, and weaknesses. So you need to be self-aware of you. You need to be self-aware of what happens to your brain when you don't achieve certain things or when you actually achieve certain things. So what is happening there? You need to know that. I've seen a lot of producers not getting results because they think someday, like by act of magic, someone will pick them or some stroke of luck will hit them. Just by thinking like, I just need to keep pushing. And this is basically some of the most dangerous drugs for music producers, which is hopium, right? They hope someday somebody will pick them. They hope someday things will be good for them.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And I'm not here to say that you should be negative, right? Avoid doing the things that you're doing. I'm not here to tell you that. I'm here to encourage you to be self-aware, kind of start to increase your tolerance to rejection, increase your threshold to feeling the pain of self-awareness. That's the reason of this first thing.
The matrix is strong.
So when you acknowledge and be self-aware of your whole process, you can beat any circumstance because you created a system within yourself to actually cope any circumstance. That's the key. Okay, going back to what most successful producers say. They usually say, okay, I just kept going, I was consistent, right? And this is totally true. They kept going based on their own mind and their own experiences, their own system of belief that not let them down. And also you can consider this. It's not what they do, but also it's what they don't do. Sometimes limiting yourself could be a good option. Don't have a plan B. Don't look for more plugins. Don't watch the cell phone from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I don't know. One way to shorten this up could be joining groups of people who is as equally as invested as you, paying for mentors or paying to be in a strong community of like-minded people who work. And this is not something I invented to get you in my mentorship or anything like that, right? This is based on the concept called social facilitation, where basically social facilitation is a phenomenon where people perform better at certain tasks when they are in the presence of others, especially when they are part of like-minded group. Okay, let's jump to point number 2. Okay, because you're consuming more than you produce, and this is something common for all of us that live in the internet, right? Social media is engineered to keep you engaged. It works with your dopamine, and it could cause you feel satisfied or motivated but by watching another podcast or another tutorial. Certainly you need better beats, but that specific plugin is not necessarily going to make the difference if you actually make sales from your beats.
It's Marvin, your cousin Marvin Berry. You know that new sound you looking for? Well, listen to this.
it all will come down to doing sometimes the boring work that comes with any business, which is sales, marketing, SEO, ads, or even thumbnail creation. When you dig too hard on social media, you can actually become more used to the dopamine of what's next, until you feel really drained. A practical solution could be actually being self-aware that you are wasting your time. Like, just say this: okay, I'm going to spend my time actively watching this podcast, and possibly this is going to give me zero return of investment. By doing this, by watching this podcast, I acknowledge that I'm wasting my time into something is going to give me a quick rush of dopamine, but it's not going to actually make my dreams come true. And then if you want to keep watching that video, once you be self-aware of that, okay, you could continue, but at least you know that you're consciously spending your time. And most of the time, when you say this whole thing, when you actually be self-aware of what's happening, you could say something like, okay, you know what? This is a waste of time. I'm not going to waste my time right here. But you need to be aware of what's happening and calling out your BS. Otherwise, you could be drawn unconsciously into a void of hey, I don't know how I ended up watching videos about dudes doing pranks to people in the street, right? Cool. Let's go to point number 3. And this is the last thing on why you are not making these sales from your beat business. And actually, it's kind of obvious, right? Which is sales. Okay, you don't know how sales work and you don't know how to make sales. And okay, it's not your fault, but if you want to run a business, a beat business, so it becomes your problem. So let's dissect what is this sales in this beat business, or serving artists. So sales is basically the trade of your creations, which is your beats, for goods or money. So why you are not hitting these sales? It could be for a lot of reasons. It's because you are not self-aware of your processes, whether you don't know how to upload beats to the right niche, you don't know how to effectively lead a conversation to a sale on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, you don't know how to ask for deposits to your beats, you don't know how to ask for referrals to your beats, you don't know how to deal with rejection, you don't know the technical aspects like SEO, ads, funnels, or you don't even know how licensing works. This could be a lot of reasons, but guess what? Rappers don't care if you know or you don't know. There is a demand and you are the supplier, and this is not changing. And need that you start to believe that it is possible, because it is. It does not matter how you feel. Your plans and how you feel are two different things. You can feel amazing and the plan is still the same. The plan is, okay, I want to make XYZ amount of money. So you need to track the actions that you do in order to actually make that amount of money. So let's say that the plan is this. Okay, I want to be able to hit $5,000. Okay, cool. You need to reverse engineer those $5,000. You need to track your daily actions in order for you to get those $5,000. If you want to actually hit your sales, you need to have a process. Let me give you an example of what is a sales process. So for example, from 1 to 3 p.m., you will make this type of beats in this specific genre that work best with this specific arrangement for this specific type of artist. Okay, so you are going to work from 1 to 3 in this content that is for artists that you are reducing the percentage of dislike, if you want to call it that way. From 3 to 5, you are going to send this beat to 10 artists that most likely will like this beat, because you carefully selected the bounce, the arrangement, even the sounds, even everything, right? Everything that is inside this beat. Another example could be, okay, from 1 to 5, you are going to have calls with rappers that suck because you are not their producer. So as you can see, also sales is not about you. It's not about the money that you want to make, okay? It's about actually helping the people that you can serve the most. I love this phrase that says this: a business is a system that works to provide value, right? And the only part of the system that brings money is sales. So, okay, let me know in the comments what other training or video you want me to make, and also comment down below what do you feel you struggle the most in this whole beat business, and I will try my best to pick the best ones and make a video about that. Also make sure to like and subscribe to this video so more people get motivated and actually start doing something about this dream they have, right? So see you in the next one. Peace.